Everybody runs it in competitive play. They run it in high elo, low elo. This is the way to go right now. That Viper, Harbor, Killjoy, Jet, Sky is everywhere. So it's going to be that double controller, which makes a hectic game.
Yes.
But all by means will be very entertaining to watch.
Yes. I didn't expect anything else. I don't even know what else you do. This is such a great comp for this map that there's really not much else you could do without jeopardizing certain strategies.
Yeah, the one thing I'm really excited about here is what we saw last week. But not last week, but the last time we played this map. The map was different. Since the last time they've played this, there's been an update to the game where they changed some aspects about this map to make B-Site, the one with a very long hallway, a little more difficult for attackers.
Yeah.
It all too often feels like you can just clear that long area, and I think they wanted to make that harder. So that being said, it's going to be interesting to see how the Bulldogs adapt to that.
Yeah.
I know there's a couple things that they use a lot on this map that will have changed, and so we've got to hope that the Bulldogs have been able to make these valid adjustments that they want. And so here are the comps being locked in.
Too.
Yeah, absolutely. So we are all locked in, headed in momentarily. There it is, the screen I've been waiting to see for weeks.
Yes. It is beautiful.
It is, and it's exciting to see. I think I'm going to go with calling him Ayub. I don't have a better one.
Yeah,
it looks like Ayub. I didn't get
We could just call him
Ayub. You know, if I say something that sounds like unintelligible English, just assume I'm talking about that guy's name. Wub. But that being said, here we go. Loaded in. The Bulldogs are making their first round buys. We see some ghosts, some light armor.
Pretty standard stuff.
We are seeing a sheriff come out from Sacramento State. The Bulldogs will be in the red bar on the top of the screen, as well as the red portraits in the bottom left, and anything highlighted in blue or that greenish kind of tint to it will be Sacramento State for the game. I'm really excited. Elo's got the spike right off the bat. You know, often we see Elo or Demoted grab the spikes, and like we said, those are the two controller players on this team. Demoted on that Comfort Viper pick, and Elo has been a demon on the Harbor lately. The walls are there, the cover is there, everything you need from the team.
And the smoke still works. Interesting.
Yeah. So the smoke still covers most of that area, as well as you can see Demoted's kind of baiting over there. Him and Jackson are set up on that side of the map, so that flash will tell people there's somebody there, but they don't know how many. Yeah. And if they've been watching the Bulldogs play, they know. And normally on this first round, the Bulldogs do tend to just rush that site.
Yes.
So this may be part of their new strategy, is to bait people over there. And in the meantime, I don't think the Bulldogs have given any reason for them to think that they're headed to A with the spike. So right now we're waiting on any first real play. The turret is going to be momentarily able to spot Jackson if they keep pushing up here, and their move to A as well. There's
here
two
it comes.
coming up.
It's coming up.
Yep, the Bulldogs they've given up their location. The wall is there. The vulnerability will hit light. He'll be marked as vulnerable, but he'll break that. What a beautiful shot to bring down that little swarm grenade. But it's enough space for the Bulldogs to take sight, and they have control as the spike will go down. Prodigy is going to cover and needs to turn around here to make sure he's got his team's back. And Elo, the first one to go down. Spain will find the first blood of the game, but Prodigy will find the trade. Spain will fall, and it's a 4v4 still, as the Bulldogs missing a little bit of health here and there, but the spike is down. Now they just have to play for time, get everything stalled out. Python and Ayub going to push in. How to Feed will find one on Jackson. Demoted and Prod will fall to Ayub as well. It's going to make it difficult for Light to clean this one out, and unfortunately, that's going to be the first round going to Sacramento State, but I've said it once and I'll say it again. It's been a while, so I need to make sure I say it. The pistol round does not define the whole match.
Yes.
It's a little bit of an advantage. It can be a round or two, but the econ difference that happens by the time you get to that third round is never large enough to really impact the game. So they've grabbed some better pistols here, but realistically, Sacramento State will probably buy something. Will probably force a buy this round to guarantee.
Yeah.
Maybe not.
It did look like...
Oh, and there's a couple of them.
Yeah, I was going to say. It's going to happen there. I think they were just talking about strategy. It did look like they maybe stacked when they were clearing that, what was that, is that art?
Yeah, and I think that resulted in maybe some collateral shots that brought them down. And so one of the things we were talking about earlier was econ. So right now the Bulldogs are going to take advantage of the fact that they have some money in their bank account. If they think they're going to lose this round anyways, the other team will force a buy, which they have. They'll spend all their money to get what they can. The Bulldogs will save their money, and now they have more for next round, which is going to play into their benefit. So Elo's going to grab that ult point, and they're going to rotate back out the wall. Perhaps a little bit of a bait.
Yeah.
As Demoted has given away that nobody's really hanging out over there on B. There's a jet there.
Oh,
Oh, that's going to
I
be
didn't think you'd see their head.
I don't know that you can. I believe if I'm correct that you can still shoot through that box. The little bit of wall bang allows
That's
that
a
to go
crazy
through.
read then that he just decided to shoot that. He can't see his
He might have
head.
also peeked up.
Yeah.
To be very fair. But Elo is going to peek out, and it's going to be enough for Python to bring him down. The spike will fall, and now they've got eyes on it. That's going to be enough intel for Sacramento State to call, but Demoted manages to grab it, and they're going to make their way off this site here. They've got to be careful. There's somebody sneaking up behind them here.
And they're not going to read this.
And Demoted hasn't read it yet. He's got the spike. If he goes down, it's going to be an issue. Might have just barely made it out of that line of sight. And they're going to head back towards A. That's going to be Viper from Sacramento State. Not really sure what to do, but going to keep an eye out for a rotate here, thinking they might come back to their own spawn.
I do think the Viper did see him, though.
Jared brings down Light. The decay will hit, but Prodigy will be full health before he swings this corner. Saw Jared go up to that right side, but has to be careful when he swings this. Got to check that other corner. Makes it through. Finds the shot. Can't quite bring it down. Jared will find two more. Prodigy and Demoted will fall. Jackson will find the kill on Ayub. Bulldogs will be left in a 1v4, and it's not quite enough as Jackson will fall to How to Feed. The Bulldogs walking away from the second round, that econ round, with the disadvantage there. So 2-0 headed into the third round, and now we're going to see the first full buys from the Bulldogs. They're going to have Vandals, Phantoms, whatever they would like. That's not an operator. And we're going to see a similar broken buy coming from Sacramento State. That's that downside of securing that second round victory.
Yeah. And, I mean, these have been good holds from Sacramento State as well. I mean, they played that perfectly. They realized that they moved off of A, and they sent Viper up to try and get some information on, see if there's anybody mid. And I believe she made the call because their Killjoy did shift over to try and cover Art.
That Killjoy made a fantastic rotation there to find the kill. Python, once again, covering there. We'll find the headshot on Prodigy. There must just be enough that you can see, as that's the second time they've made a phenomenal shot. They're going to break down that harbor bubble. And the Bulldogs already in a 4v5. It's a tough start, especially to see your duelist go down that early can make a round very difficult. So the Bulldogs off to a tough start this round, but 4-on-5, nothing is impossible. The Bulldogs have the spike in the hands of Elo. As Jackson will do what Sentinels do best. He's going to hold down that angle, keep an eye out, be that anchor the team needs right now. As Jared going to lurk right here. I don't think
they're not going to read this.
Oh,
they are.
Oh, but Spain, in the time that they're distracted, Spain finds 3 with a Vandal. And How to Feed will clean up Jackson on that last fight. So, wow.
That round was Spain without the S.
Right. That round was phenomenal from them. And Prodigy has...
There seems to be a problem. They are taking a tech at 10 seconds, I believe is what that said.
Not totally sure what happened there. Prodigy, one of the people playing remotely today, does seem to have had a connection issue as he's disconnected. So we're going to see momentarily what is going on. They have paused the match timer. Not too sure what happened. Could have been a mouse thing, maybe a keyboard thing. We did see him get picked off by that jet early. Could have potentially been due to the fact that he couldn't, quite maneuver correctly. So not too sure what's going on there, but hopefully it can get resolved quickly. Right now we are going to see, unfortunately, the Bulldogs lost that third round. That econ round turns into a full buy, and the Bulldogs weren't able to pull out what they were looking for.
It does seem like we're maybe a little too hesitant on choosing sites.
Yeah, I think that we've seen some broken play from the Bulldogs so far. And unfortunately, it's not going in their favor. But 3 rounds in, they need 13 to win. So this game is not over by any means. And we typically see that this is not an attacker-favored map.
Yes.
I tend to think that Pearl is a more defender-favored map, and so that's the situation they're in right now. The Bulldogs on attack first. They got to pick the map, and so naturally they don't get to pick the side they have. We do tend to see the Bulldogs, affirmatively dominate on this map.
Yes.
So this is not the start we're used to seeing from the team, but we're hoping to see them turn it around. Hopefully whatever is going on with Prodigy is able to be fixed momentarily. But as we see the match timer is still paused and no further message, worries me a little bit about what could be going on.
Yeah.
Typically something like this. I'm assuming maybe there's something with something else that could have happened is something with the game.
Yeah,
he's opted to
could have
restart
crashed or something. Yeah.
So restarting a PC, good old-fashioned Windows tech tip. Have you tried turning it off and back on
reconnect
again? And he's back in, so that's a good thing to see. Love to see that they're all back in. So should be going back in momentarily once things are figured out there. But in the meantime, what do you think they need to change about this game? 3-0 is not the start they're looking for.
I think they're maybe taking too much time to make decisions. Maybe I know you don't want to make too many rash decisions too fast.
Right.
But it does feel like they're playing a little bit too slow and maybe giving Sacramento State a little more time to set up or push up to set up traps.
Yep.
While they're rotating.
Right. Absolutely, we hope that the Bulldogs can find their step here, but I also wonder how much of it is this new map. The changes. 2 of those deaths that have been problematic have been right in that new area.
Yeah.
So I have to wonder how much of that is the unfamiliarity with the changes. But we are started back in the game, so here we're going to have Sacramento. It's going to be anchoring this. Wow.
That was interesting.
And that's something we see at this higher level of play, is just those pre-fired shots all so often. And they're dangerous.
Did the update come in where they get less ammo? I don't know if that came in yet.
On the
Vandal and the Phantom.
I don't remember if that actually went through.
Okay, because I know they were moving it down from, what was it, 60 to 30 or 90 to 60?
Yeah. It looks like the Bulldogs are going for an econ round. After,
that makes
after
sense.
A tough round, you're going to go for that here. It's just going to be the better decision. You're going to all group together. They're going to move as a team, as a unit, and they're going to see if they can find that, find one kill for themselves. Prodigy trying to break the alarm bot before it can be seen, but it looks like if Elo walks in there, the vulnerability will hit. It's going to put him in a tough spot. Elo will find the kill on Ayub anyways. Phenomenal job. He finds a kill while still vulnerable is enormous. Python will find a kill on Light. They're on the flank there. Jared will find another one. Elo will go down. Bulldogs may decide to look for a rotate here, and they will. They're going to head down Link here and see what they can find over there at doors. Prodigy going to keep an eye out for the team here. Doesn't need to be a duelist and entry here, as they already know it's clear. They've seen all 5 and they're headed over there. The Bulldogs still in the 3v4, but the real disadvantage comes from the weapon selection. The Bulldogs with mostly pistols and Python now there. The Bulldogs are going to look for a post-plant play. Jackson's going to be able to put a swarm grenade on that, and it will buy them some time if he's alive when they start to defuse that.
This is basically just a reverse game now. They're on defense and they're on Sacramento State is on offense now, so I'll be interested to see how they try to solve this.
A really impressive read there by Demoted, almost finding one. Jackson will find the kill on Python. They traded out 2 against 3 now. Jackson and Demoted are the last 2 standing. He's got to pop that molly if he's going to go for it, and he doesn't quite find it. Spain will clean up 2 more. Spain has been a dangerous part of this team so far. 6 kills already, and how to feed finding 5 as well. As Sacramento State is proving that they are definitely a team to be aware of.
Yeah. And I will say that was a really good save round. They did take opportunities when they presented themselves.
Yes. So
after killing, for example, after killing the Harbor.
Part of the advantage of a save round is that any value you find is usually considered positive value.
Yes.
So you buy no armor, you buy a cheap weapon, and you really don't use too much other than abilities and hope you can find a kill. And so finding 2 or 3 and getting the spike down is fantastic money. One thing we're seeing right here is an operator in the hands of the Jet for Sacramento State, which we saw him finding picks with the Marshal already, so we have to wonder how dangerous they will be with that operator. As they are definitely holding down this angle, but they're keeping an eye on it.
This is good. I like this.
This dog could definitely get away. We didn't quite see the shot come out. The op is going to peek. It'll shoot, but not find anything. The ult is going to come out from Harbor. The Bulldogs looking to clear as much as they can. So much going on. This is that downside to playing that double controller comp. How to Feed will find the kill on Prodigy there. Python finds a kill on Jackson. The Bulldogs left in a 5v3 as Feed finds another one on Light. The Bulldogs struggling to get the plant down and defend it, as there's 2 against 5, and the dog is going to go searching. He's going to find both, and the stun will come out. It's enough for Ayub to find 1, 2, and clean up the round. The Bulldogs struggling to find their flow here as they lose the 4th round. Tough job there. It's really not what you like to see. So as the spike will be diffused, 5th round going to the favor of Sacramento State. 5-0 is not the start I think anyone was looking for coming into this game.
Yeah, no. It does feel like maybe, and we are gonna. This is a good timeout for sure. I mean, that was a good setup we had there, and it just kind of collapsed on itself. So maybe there's some things to talk about there.
Yeah, I think absolutely. The Bulldogs had a great entry there. We saw a lot of good plays, especially that operator shot missing right off the bat. You get that intel that there is an operator, and so then you can also take advantage of the reload time.
Yeah.
One thing about the operator is it's a one shot to the body, which is crucial for the use of it, but you have to hit that shot or you become a very targetable. You become a very targetable target.
And good on their Jet for repositioning as fast as they did.
Sacramento State is definitely proving to be a worthy
Python,
adversary.
Sorry. I didn't know who was playing it, but
yeah, the Jet has been dangerous so far. With the Marshal and the Operator both setting up on that B long angle, they've managed to find a first pick here and there for multiple rounds now. So with the timeout coming to an end, we're hoping that Coach Twiz, the Valorant coach, has been able to give some insight into what may need to change. We'll see something change here from the Bulldogs, but once again, we're going to see an econ round. They need to recover that money and get themselves caught up a little bit so they can buy. As we see Stinger, Spectre, light armor. Basically, the rule of thumb is, can you buy next round?
Yes.
Will you have enough money after the next round? And so that's what they're setting up for here. I imagine we just got a little bit of a lecture in the team chat from them. Demoted and Light having a tough start to the game so far.
Yeah.
But luckily, the Bulldogs, like we said, unfazed as a team, definitely can always find their flow. Let's see what they can do. Light's going to throw that Hawk, see what intel he can get. The Bird is not going to find anything. We're going to see a Guardian shots. Who had a Guardian? Must not have been. That's not the Bulldogs. It looks like that might actually be. This is a tough angle.
Yeah,
got to be really careful when you swing this. Prodigy going to keep his eye on it and decides to let the dash run out. Doesn't want to give away that they're there yet.
I was going to say that's probably a smart play.
Spain will find the kill on Demoted, but Demoted also a danger with that Stinger. It looks like didn't actually find any damage. Prodigy's got to be really careful where he decides to enter here. Flash is going to come out. It's not quite enough as they're going to find a shot, but not enough. They're going to see the wall come through. They know somebody's playing in that corner now. That elbow is now dangerous. Light's going to hit the flashbang. It's not enough to push it, though. They're just trying to buy some space for the Bulldogs to get on site. As they make it on site, they're going to look to get the plant down. Again, econ round, you're looking to get as much money as you can. So if that's finding that spike plant, that's enough for them. How to feed will find a kill on Prodigy. The Operator won't be enough. Jackson will bring down Python. If he can walk away with the Operator and a round win, it would be ideal. But either one of those two becomes positive for a ranked econ round like this. He also has the Killjoy ultimate. We could see that used this round to try and secure the win. But right now, the vulnerability is going to come out, and he's got to hope he can buy some time here.
Yeah,
Jackson going to run away from that one and unfortunately lose it. I have to say, in my opinion, I would have taken the op and just run.
Maybe.
You get to deny it from their hands once again, and you get to walk away with it for yourself. I don't think he was going to find a way to 1v4 that. But, you know, again, I'm not the player, so I can't say that I know what's best. Python, once again, is going to have the Operator in his hands after getting it dropped. But the Bulldogs now able to buy. Going to look to see if they can turn things around. 6-0 is not the start they wanted, but headed into the 7th round, we're going to see if the Bulldogs can turn things around.
And back on the op conversation, it might just be because they're not comfortable with opping on offense anymore, just with the changes to the map.
That's very true. I think more than anything, I would have seen it as an opportunity to deny them the op. At least make them pay for it again.
I think they did pay for it again. I don't think they got it.
Okay. Shame on me not paying enough attention. As they make their way over to B, the Bulldogs are going to look for an opportunity to turn the round around. Spain, keeping an eye down main. The Operator is not on this site.
I was going to say,
yeah. Could see the Jet Knives come out if he... Oh! It's a dangerous spot to be if you're Prodigy. He knows somebody's in this back hallway. He's got to be careful where he swings it. They're going to find the first kill. Light will find one on how to feed. Finds another. Ayub will fall. Elo's the first to go down from the Bulldogs, but the Bulldogs are, for the first time, seeing an advantage for themselves as they're 4 against 2. 3 against 2 as they find one, and Light will trade out with Spain and Demoted. Spain going down again. Jackson going to throw a nade on that spike, allows them to buy some time. Jared is the only one left standing for Sacramento State. He is in a tough spot here. The Bulldogs are going to rotate to absolutely deny him any kind of positive angle.
Light did spot him too, so they have the information as well.
Yeah,
that's why they set up this cross.
Absolutely know that he's up there, and they're going to wait to see what they can find here. That nade is going to be dangerous. Forces him to peek. He's not going to peek it again. It's enough for the Bulldogs to just keep putting the pressure on him until they find it. Jackson brings down Jared. It's enough for the Bulldogs to find their first round. 6-1. The 7th round goes to the Bulldogs, and this is what we like to see.
Massive win. That was very important.
That's what I expected to see from the Bulldogs today, was Light going in, finding 2 like that. That was phenomenal. Got one pick and then swung a corner to find another. Threw a smoke as well.
Yeah.
So incredible showcase there from the Bulldogs. That's what we're more familiar with from our very own Ferris State team. Jackson,
it just might be
5-6, leading the team in frags.
I think it's just a slow start for them.
I think so too.
I think, well,
it's been a couple weeks off.
And they also, I know they're a little nervous, and it's going to take a bit to get the nerves out. So,
right. Hopefully, the Bulldogs manage to find what they're most confident with. That's an interesting dodge. Did you see that?
Yes.
He uses that pillar to his advantage. Jared going to bring down Light. They know they've been grabbing
same
that.
Span from last time too.
Well, the other thing is they know they've been grabbing that orb every round, so he's just going to take it to his advantage. And so, unfortunately, Light goes down right away. The Bulldogs exchanging an ultimate point for Light. The ultimate meaning of being a flex for your team, if you ask me.
Yes.
Once again, Demoted getting in the 1v1 with the Operator there. Interesting decision. He's going to back up and rotate to play with the team. He's going to have to grab the spike on the way in. Spain will find 2. Elo and Prodigy both are going to fall. And the wall will come out. Jackson Breaks the vulnerability bot. The nade will go off, but just going to buy himself some space here. Wow, what a time to be Jackson. Breaks some util just to get flashed as soon as he turns the corner. The spike is in the hands of Demoted, and Jackson and Demoted are left in a 2v5. This is a tough round for the Bulldogs, but they got themselves around. Their momentum can get rolling now. Jackson has his ultimate. Worst case scenario, what we could see is Demoted gets the spike down, and they double ultimate to win this.
I think they're just going to save is what it looks like.
Holding onto their guns, see what they can use for next round. I can say that's probably a smart play, and this much stability playing this slow is going to almost set the nerves on Sacramento State. Nobody wants to stand around for 25 seconds, so surely they're going to imagine somebody could rotate somewhere and keep an eye out for him. Here we are. We're going to see the first rotation. It's going to flash.
They're going to know he's there.
They know somebody's there. That wall is going to come out. It's going to separate the Bulldogs. Demoted, keeping a tight eye on this. Looks like they're just going to let them save.
You can see their Viper is creeping out.
Yeah, we're going to see Spain sneaking up behind them here. The round will go to Sacramento State, but the Bulldogs are going to look to hold on to what they can. Demoted finds one.
That's huge.
That's a fantastic find. When you're looking to save at the end of a round like that, finding that extra kill can be all that matters on the sake of your team. And so the Bulldogs here are going to look for a full buy, it looks like. Somebody's going to have to buy for Prodigy.
No, he's going to use knives.
Oh, you're right. He is. So for those of you who aren't aware, Jet has knives that work very similar to a actual primary fire weapon. To the head, they're a one-tap. So when you're somebody that can aim as well as Prodigy typically can, that's just something you expect to see. And so it's what we like to call that rainy day pick where he's not in a good spot, and he'll pull those out to look for a kill here. As we see, Prodigy is going to make his way. I wonder if they're going to... The Toxin is going to start to run out. Python once again positioned up there with that Operator. Will miss the shot. That's going to be the Harbor ultimate coming out from the Bulldogs.
Yeah, good investment. Get him off site, try and get a plant down.
And that ultimate is enormous as well. Oh, what a dash.
Interesting.
Makes his way up here. Finds one. Grabs himself a Vandal to take this fight. Knows that this Operator is going to be dangerous. Look at this.
What a shot.
The crosshair placement from Prodigy is incredible. He finds
Immaculate.
one. He finds one when waiting through the smoke, has no vision of where that other person is, and manages to find the shot anyway. So Prodigy, once again, doing what we expect from him. The Bulldogs in a 5v3 right now. Prodigy's found a weapon where he had none. The Flash going to go up top to heaven. They know somebody's there. He's got to be careful. Doesn't want to be the one to get picked off here.
Good move to try and get out of there.
The spike is down. They don't have to fight anything they don't want to. So here we're going to see, a little bit of a missed shot there from Prodigy. He will go down. Feed will find the first kill for themselves, but Jared's going to find one as well. We'll get traded out. Light will find a kill on Feed, and that's enough for the Bulldogs to take another round in their favor. 7-2 headed into the 10th round. Not, like we said earlier, not the start we wanted, but now they've got the ball rolling.
Yes.
This is what we like to see from our Bulldogs. Just need to get that little bit of a momentum under their feet, the wind going, the train car rolling, and they're doing great right now.
They ran out of coal. They had to go to the...
Yeah. Had to get some more
The coal shop.
Yeah, had to go to the coal shop.
Yeah.
I believe we call that the coal mine.
Yeah. No, they weren't mining.
They weren't mining? They were cooking.
Yeah, they were cooking. They exchanged food for the coal.
I see.
Because they were cooking.
Gotcha. The Bulldogs doing a phenomenal job so far in turning this one back around to what we expect. The Flash will go off. They're going to know somebody's here. Python has the knives. Oh,
what a shot.
Might find another. Dangerous time to peek that one, but Demoted will spray it. Can't quite find it. Demoted and Eel will both fall. It's 2v5 now. Jerry going to bring down Prodigy as well. Light, last one standing. Might try to hold on to his Phantom here. The weak on Phantom.
Yeah, it seems like some of our plays are just falling apart,
Yeah, and I have to wonder how much of that is attributed to nerves and how much is, there's a lot of things that play into playing a game at this high of that level.
Yeah.
Wow. And
Did you see him walk backwards?
Spain was well aware of that flash, and that's really what we expect at this level of play.
Yes.
These players are so aware of what the next play will be from the enemy that they're going to walk backwards. So part of a flashbang is if you're not looking the same direction, it will still impact you, but not for nearly as long. And so part of that looking away from it is going to be just an advantage where the flash will go off, but it's not going to get the whole way. And so pre-walking like that is that's a smart play.
Yeah.
And Spain has very clearly proven already that they are here to play.
Yes.
13-3 is a phenomenal showcase so far. So The Bulldogs looking to see what they can do. Python really early aggressive play here.
I think he's trying to get the orb.
Maybe trying to find the orb, but I don't know. They've found enough value on Python so far that I'd be surprised if they were willing to risk one.
Risk one, yeah.
Orb. Part of getting a lead like this when you're Sacramento State, or when the Bulldogs do it as well, is you have to not get carried away. You know, you don't want to start making sloppy plays just because you think you're ahead.
Yeah.
Playing that consistent, good gameplay is what wins games. Killjoy Ultimate's going to come out from Jackson. That will detain everybody in that area, so it forces some space for the Bulldogs, but unfortunately it looks like it might just not be far enough to catch anyone. Python playing just outside
look at
of
this.
range. The double ultimate, Prodigy will find a kill on Ayub. Nobody detained by the ultimate, but Flashbang will go off. They're going to look for another. They know one is there. Python will find one on Demoted, but Python gets traded out by Prod. It's a 3v4. The Bulldogs have the upper hand. Jared is going to be fighting here. He's going to get flashed. It's enough for Prodigy to swing it. He's going to find one. That's 3 for Prodigy this round. Nobody can stop him as Elo finds feed as well. That's another one for the Bulldogs. 4-on-1. Spain is the last one standing, but you know, as we've seen, that's a dangerous person to be left alive. He's going to walk in. It's not enough. Prodigy finds himself a 4K on the round. That's what we like to see from our very own professional dog as he turns around to find that round for himself. Phenomenal job.
And he was having a slow game, too, so it's good to see him.
And so now we're approaching round 12. This is the end of the first half. So this is that point where we were saying, you know, it's 12 rounds first half, 12 rounds second half. So if the Bulldogs play this exactly the flip side way, we'll go all the way to overtime. But, you know, at this point, the Bulldogs have found 3. And from where the first couple rounds went, 3 out of the last 5 or so rounds is really not a bad ratio. So at this point, they're looking to take advantage of that attacker advantage, or that defender advantage that you have on this map, and really show Sacramento State how dangerous they can be. That flash is going to manage to find one. He's going to flash through this wall here. The dog will come out. Yeah,
this is a lot of aggression, and I kind of like it. They're playing very off-site, so...
We'll find one. They know exactly where the Killjoy is going to be, and that's going to be enough to scare them off-site. The ult will come out. If they can find one here, it's enough for them to break the ultimate. If they can shut it down, it's no value, and it is. Jared will find one, but they trade it out as well as the ultimate goes down. There's going to be 2 in that corner. The Killjoy Molly will be enough to buy some space. Light, Python can get the kill. Looking for another. Light will hold the angle on the spike. They can see it. They're keeping eyes on each other's backs here. This is what's really important about playing something like this. Nobody sneaks up behind them. So the Viper ult will come up, but they know exactly where the spike is. So at this point, entering that Viper ult would be very dangerous, but you just have to use it. Spain is right there. He's got to be careful when he swings. Spain will find one on Elo. That's going to shut him down. It's a 3v3 left here, and it's a frenzy of shots going off right now. I don't know if they heard it. Ayub is going to find 2. Prodigy will fall. Is there enough time to defuse? And there is. The Bulldogs will not quite find that last round, as 9-3 is how we'll end the first half.
That was... Did I see the sky flank? Is that what happened there?
It looks like they just...
maybe she rotated from sewer. I didn't see her for a while, and then she kind of...
And I think they were spraying into the smoke. The Bulldogs were spraying into that Viper ultimate, and unfortunately that just creates such a... You know, they know when you're going to have to reload now, and so they can do what they did where they walk out underneath and they just...
I wish they would have just more waited for cues, sound cues.
I think so, but
I get it. Like, you want to make sure they're not even near it.
Yeah, if you can buy yourself the space, maybe you're trying to find that kill, but it didn't quite work out how they wanted. And unfortunately, we're back here. Pistol round on the second half. So right now we see very similar buys to last time. Ghost, some armor going around, and Ayub will actually go for abilities over anything else.
Interesting orb coming in here from Demo 2. We'll see where this goes.
This is that mid one way I think we see so often. And what we mean by one way is it will allow only...
What a shot.
Elo going to grab that point, and as soon as he stands up, they find that kill. That's just a nicely placed shot. Yeah. But the one way will allow the smoke, so Demoted will have that advantage. The person will be standing in the smoke and cannot see, and he can see their legs and knows where to aim. Prodigy jumping backwards makes it difficult to find that shot. Will not find it, but backs himself off and is going to give up on that site for the time being. Doesn't want to solo hold that as Light is going to be left here on his own. Flash will come out. Spain now knows somebody is there, as Light knows as well.
And I think he's just leaving him for Demoted over there.
Well, it doesn't look like they're pushing B quite yet. So
yeah.
As far as they know, leaving Spain there for the time being is totally acceptable, especially...
do you see this? So they're leaving Python on there for aggression, and they're going to start full rotating. Yeah, see, they're going to execute on B.
Python's going to start moving off, and they're going to all head over to B. And Demoted now is in a 1v4.
Yeah, this is a tough spot to be in for him.
Yeah, he's got to really find find one headshot here would be nice, but Spain going to find down pick on Demoted, and the Bulldogs going to be left in a 3v5. This is a tough round now as they've got to retake the site and find a kill. 2v5 now as Prodigy will fall to Spain as well. Light now the team, the Bulldogs now the team in light green as we appear to have lost audio, maybe some connectivity issues there.
Looks
Sorry
like we're
about
back,
that.
yeah.
It looks like we've dropped some connection there for a moment. Spain will find himself a third there as they're going to drop in. Oh, wow. Spain finding 4. Light. I'm a little surprised they couldn't quite find the kill on Spain there, but
yeah,
man, Spain has been an integral part of that team so far. 18-4 is a showcase and a half.
Yeah.
Putting the hurt on the Bulldogs right now, but looks like the Bulldogs haven't quite lost spirit yet. I can still see Elo over there smiling as these rounds carry on. So hopefully they can carry on taking these rounds in their favor. 10-3, like I said, pistol rounds aren't everything, but you're kind of reaching that point where you can't give up 4 points to the other team. Starts to be a little dangerous on pistol rounds.
Yeah.
Flash will come out. They know somebody's going to be holding over here on B. That wall is so dangerous. It denies so much vision of that site as Python will push up. Jackson will go down. It looks like the Bulldogs actually forced a buy here.
Yeah. I don't know how to feel about that. I mean,
it's a little different from the typical strategy we see from the Bulldogs. But that being said, they are definitely starting to showcase their skills here.
Yeah.
Demoted going to be rotating back off of B here as the spike will be planted on A. He no longer has reason to worry about somebody playing there, but now Spain could definitely go for a flank. Elo going to fall down. Prodigy will find the trade. Demoted will find another one. Jared, how to feed. Both going to fall. The Bulldogs narrowed it down to a 3v3. Looking for an even trade here. Prodigy's going to spray down Python. Light will find the kill on Python. Spain will find the trade on Demoted, but Ayub is going to be left low here as he fights Prodigy. Prodigy will find one. They're going to have to deny Spain this play here. Spain's going to peek out. He's going to get flashed. It's not enough. He's going to try and buy the time with the Viper mollies, and it might just be enough as that one's going to come out. It's going to kill Light. Prodigy will find the kill on Spain, but have they denied enough time with those mollies? They just could have. Looks like they might have gotten it. I think they have gotten the defuse off. So part of another way you can play this is when you're the team that's defending the spike once you planted it, the attacker team, you may play for what's called post-plant.
Yes.
Post-plant is going to be a lot of
buying time.
Right. It's basically just if they don't have time to defuse the spike before it goes off, then they can't win. And so it typically pertains to things that take some time, Molotovs that cover the ground like that.
And that's why Viper, or like players like Viper or agents like Viper and Killjoy are so important because they can delay a lot.
Yeah, and they make it very difficult. Like, as we saw there, even after the round was over, the Bulldogs still had to wait a good 10 seconds almost before they could start the defusal. So
this is a lot of aggression, too.
Yeah, I think the Bulldogs have opted for a much more aggressive playstyle. They realized that slow, wait for the other team to make a mistake option wasn't necessarily going to work for them.
Yeah.
And so they've opted now for the we just have to win.
And it does look like they only have pistols on the side of Sacramento State, so it makes sense that they're being a little more aggressive.
Forcing that buy last round for either team results in a dangerous round, but here we see the Bulldogs have their full buys as opposed to a little more danger coming from.
Was that a hero buy?
Spain bought yeah, Spain did have one. Oh wow, a Vandal with no armor.
That's bold.
That's,
but it paid off, so I can't really
I was gonna say found the one kill. It's already worthwhile. Light gonna jump peek just to get intel here.
He didn't see him.
No, I didn't see him again. He knows he's there though. I saw him that first time. Just waiting for him to peek out. I feel like at this point you'd be borderline pushing your luck to keep peeking.
He saw him.
Saw him both that time. Ayub and they're going to see the ultimate come out from the Viper. Right now the Bulldogs are not the red team, so this red is going to be Sacramento State as Spain is going to get that ultimate down. Very low on health here though. If he even peeks out of that smoke for a moment, Light can find that kill.
Nice
Demoted
shot.
will find one. Jared will fall.
Oh, he knows he's there.
Oh, Light couldn't quite find it. Ayub will find the kill on Light there. Demoted. They're just going to spray into the smoke, see what they can find here. And honestly, it's not a bad decision.
No, they do have a couple low people, so this is a huge play from Jackson.
Huge from Jackson. Going to come back from the flank, and he's going to find two. 1-2 will fall. Demoted will go down to Python, but it's enough for Elo to find a kill. Last one standing is going to be Spain, but I don't know if they'll have time to defuse, as Elo will find the kill on Spain there, and they definitely do have enough time. Elo, Jackson, going to clean up the round there for the Bulldogs, and that's another one going to their favor. 5-10. The Bulldogs are not done fighting yet. 5-10 is headed into the 16th round here.
Definitely some life back into the team.
I'm starting to see the life this is the first time I'm starting to see life in the team that I'm more familiar with.
Yes.
This is what I expect to see from our Bulldogs. Rounds where they have it in control. They have the offensive take.
And you can see Prod's brought out the op. So.
They've definitely upset. They've upset an inner dog somewhere.
Yeah.
Because Prodigy does not often buy this operator, but when we do, man, can it be a treat. So we're looking to see what he's going to do here, as Prodigy has bought himself an operator, that one-shot sniper that can be so dangerous. And he's going to hold this tight angle. The flash will go off. He's going to look away. Rewatches for a different angle.
I don't know how that missed.
Wow. I'm not sure either.
Ping diff, I guess. I don't know.
I mean,
and you see they're going after it right now. They want it bad.
Yep, Python going to cover it, make sure that the Bulldogs can't pick that back up, and that's going to be a huge disadvantage for the Bulldogs. To lose an operator like that on it's such an expensive buy. It's going to be a tough round for the Bulldogs, but can't be shaken up as they decide to try and take the round here. They know where that's playing, and Demoted will find a kill on Ayub. The spike is down, and it's not planted.
Yeah, so now they can just play the site.
Yeah, the dog is going to buy some
space.
space.
And that's perfect.
Yeah, and this gives enough time for the Bulldogs to rotate on. Jackson will find the kill on Jared. That's what we're talking about, that anchor that watches that flank. Light will bring down Spain. The Bulldogs showing signs of life that we hadn't seen in that first half, and this is phenomenal. Elo going to hold on to that spike.
I love that he's taking this space right now.
Yeah, and this new box, this is what we were talking about.
Yeah.
Better for defenders. He can play behind that box without the fear that he's going to get tapped through that screen.
Yeah.
And here we go, Elo keeping a tight eye on this. They know if they want to take that spike, they've got the operator in their hands.
And they have like 3 crosses too, so if anyone makes a move, they should be able to trade it out.
If this Jet decides to dash in, and this is so dangerous to be that Sky. You're going to peek in. They know roughly where they are, but at this point, the Bulldogs may want to try and get that operator back. It's a 4v2. You have to be careful just swinging it, but, I mean...
One enemy remaining.
Oh, Jackson finding another 2. Python and How to Feed will both fall, and I think the Bulldogs will pick up that operator.
They did not.
They did not.
I don't know if they just didn't know where it was, or
may have just decided it wasn't worth their while. I'm not too sure, but regardless, the Bulldogs.
He does have knives though, so there's that.
Yeah,
to take into consideration. Oh, okay, someone bought him. I guess they just didn't know where it was.
I'm imagining that maybe there's a discussion, something along the lines of.
Did he throw it out? Maybe.
The Jet.
Yeah, did he throw out the throw it off the
side?
side?
I saw it on the ground, but
before they died, he might have thrown it out. I didn't see. I wasn't.
It's not a play I haven't seen before.
Yeah,
it would not be all that surprising. That would be pretty impressive, and honestly, a very impressive play if you thought to do that. But the Bulldogs going to go for a really aggressive play here, as looks like Sacramento State is on another econ round.
Yeah.
Flash is going to come out 2 in a row. Light just struggling to see
good.
anything. Demoted will tap Spain with 1 bullet. It's all he needs. They're going to get intel. They know somebody's over there. And we saw that impressive play from Light. Going to just scout with the dog and ping, so now the whole team knows at least 1, 2 people are here.
And that's some things that people just don't think about, like just using it as recon. Usually they use it as entry and they just kind of use it that way, but you can also use it to just see where people are located and kind of make decisions based off enemy locations.
Well, and Sky Flash as well is the same thing. You can tell whether you hit somebody or not. That's so much intel.
And you're going to see the Killjoy get used.
Yep, the Killjoy ultimate will come out. This will clear out sight. The spike is planted, but this is going to buy so much space for the Bulldogs to be able to clear space.
Oh, this is a good spot for him to be in.
Finds 1. The knives are going to spray. It's not quite enough. They're going to spray down another. They can't quite find it. Demoted will find a kill on Python, though, as Demoted gets traded out by Jared. Light will shut down Ayub. It's enough for Light to find 2 more, and it's enough for the Bulldogs to win the round. Phenomenal job from the Bulldogs there. Prodigy on the flank as Jet, and they clean up the round.
Yeah, great execution from all angles. I mean, they played it perfectly.
I mean, it was just beautiful. The symphony of the abilities was incredible. I mean, it was music to my ears to see the Killjoy ultimate put down, and then they immediately all rotate directly into Prodigy's line of
It was kind of
fire.
a gamble, too, because they didn't have anybody in their defensive side.
Right.
So if Sacramento State decided to go through their own spawn, there wouldn't have been any really to stop them.
Right. They would have just had to rotate on this point, and actually it could have put them in a very dangerous spot. But fortunately, the Bulldogs just read the position well. It played out for them, and this is what you expect to see from our Bulldogs. 10-7, headed into the 18th round right now. The Bulldogs are showing signs of life of what we like to see. Phenomenal players. I say phenomenal a lot.
Yeah, you do. I mean,
it's
a
a
good
word.
It's a good word. I don't know how they didn't hit.
Going for an early pick, but couldn't quite find it as he's going to back up and hold another angle. I'd be scared if I was Sacramento State.
Yeah, he's starting to warm up.
It won't find anything, and he's going to watch it. Can't quite find the other shot, but it's these small angles. They're difficult to hit. When they hit, they're dangerous.
Jackson. Oh, and they might push us. Yeah, Jackson might be a little aggressive
and
here.
the ultimate is going to come out from Sky. It's enough to buy some space. The Bulldogs will find 1. Jackson
Nice.
finds 1, 2. Ayub and Jared will fall. They find the trade for the 1. Unfortunately, Elo goes down, but the Bulldogs left in a 4v3. This is exactly what they wanted to see.
That was a great spray transfer.
Absolutely.
First off,
Finds 1 and 2, and he sees that blind from the sky ultimate come out, and it was all they needed.
oh, and they got intel
Spain
now, so
demoted.
they at least know one's there.
Yep, the flash is going to come out. It's a tough time to be demoted. Dangerous time, but he's going to let them rotate as they're just going to run away. They're going to smoke it off, and they're going to run over to B, where they look to get this plant down.
Spike planted.
Prodigy, really aggressive play here. Doesn't want to let anybody push up into their spawn.
You could see investment of demoted's.
Ultimate.
Yes,
I
because they
agree.
can just spread onto the bomb.
Buys them space.
Yes.
Not ready yet. Time to hunt.
You
Love
see that
this.
dog once again come out looking for the intel. Python will bring down Jackson in the turn, but enough here for this operator to be dangerous. Spain demoted. They're going to find 1. Spain will find 3, and Prodigy is the last one left standing. Couldn't quite find the shot. May just try to hold on to the operator here. Finds 1. Python waiting for that peek again. They're going to find the kill, but it doesn't look like they're going to get the... Oh. Python will pick up the op.
No.
Yes. No.
No.
No. Very interesting decision to stand over
He stared at it for a good minute.
it. Simply just
To grab or not to grab?
I mean, hey, but at this moment, the Bulldogs have turned this around from what was at 1.70 to 11-7. This is exactly how we like to see our Bulldogs play.
Yeah.
We hope they don't fall behind that much early on, but right now we're going to see a timeout come out from them again. They just want to get that time to take a deep breath, talk about what they're planning, and here we see they just stretch their arms out, get yourself feeling loose.
Yeah.
Everybody in the stream, take this moment to
Stretch
stretch out.
out.
I know I'm cramped sitting up in here, so everybody make sure you get comfortable. We're still not done yet. The Bulldogs need 6 more points to win this round,
Yeah.
or to win the game, and Sacramento State needs 2 more. So the Bulldogs have a lot of catching up to do, but they've done a great job of turning it around so far, and we're looking to see them
Basically,
finish
in
it out.
summary,